We heard all sorts of excuses from woke Hollywood about 2022, the worst box office in over 20 years. We heard, well, even though all theaters are open, even though everybody can go to the theater, it's still about the pandemic recovery. We heard people just want to stay at home and watch streaming. Well, all of that continued to get proven wrong time and time again. Whenever there'd be a massive woke box office flop, something like Lightyear would come out and people would use that excuse. Well, then Minions would come out right around the corner, make nearly $1 billion and prove all of these people to be complete and total liars. And of course, Top Gun Maverick was the one that everybody pointed to. Nearly $1.5 billion at the box office, all while people said no one wants to go to theaters. It's a complete sham. People will go to theaters if you give them something to go to. And even something like Avatar 2, which obviously has a propaganda message behind it when it comes to environmentalism and colonialism, but for most people, that's layered underneath what really is at its heart just a family story of a family doing whatever they can to stick together. A father, a strong masculine father who's willing to do whatever it takes to protect his family. And after earlier this week, we saw Avatar 2 pass Top Gun Maverick for the highest grossing movie of 2022. Now here we are in its fourth weekend, and once again, Avatar 2 is doing pretty incredible things, along with a new box office debut in M3GAN. This is a movie that I wasn't expecting to do this much money at the box office, but it certainly seems to be a bigger hit than people thought. M3GAN slays with $30 million debut. Avatar: The Way of Water stays at number 1. And when we do look here at the weekend, all the numbers aren't even in. But Universal is having a pretty good weekend with M3GAN, something that people only expected $17 to $20 million opening. It sits there with a $30 million opening, and Avatar: The Way of Water still with a $45 million weekend, a 33% drop from that record third weekend that we saw. And with that, Avatar 2 has officially passed $500 million at the domestic box office, $1 billion at the international box office, and is nearly at $1.6 billion. If you remember, once we heard the actual production budget and the expected marketing, James Cameron also updated what the break-even point was. It was right around $1.5 billion. It is now officially past that. Avatar 2 is making money. It certainly won't make as much money as Top Gun Maverick did in terms of profit, because Top Gun Maverick was a much less expensive movie to shoot, and there's no doubt about that. From the beginning, I said that Avatar: Way of Water would get $2 billion at the box office. I didn't expect to actually like the movie. I thought that the movie was decent, not nearly as good as Top Gun Maverick, but still, it is having a mass appeal. And when it comes to M3GAN, I think one of the reasons people are going to this is because it didn't seem like there was anything to this movie other than it's supposed to creep you out, it's supposed to be a little horrifying, it's supposed to be a little weird, and it's not exactly Chucky with an AI, but it's kind of in that realm, if you get my picture. And I thought it was okay. I thought it was a little bit overhyped at this point, but you can't deny it's way overperforming at the box office, showing once again that if you give people something that's sole purpose is to entertain them, even if there's other stuff behind them, if the sole purpose truly is entertainment, that's why you made this, then people will come out and support it if it's good. And it certainly seems to be the case with M3GAN. Avatar 2 passing Top Gun Maverick, passing $1.5 billion, still at the top with that only 33% drop in its fourth weekend. And the reason that's so big is because it is damn near the best fourth weekend we've ever seen. Now, American Sniper, this one's a little bit different because it actually expanded to more places in its fourth weekend. That's kind of why it blew up in its fourth weekend. But look, the best, other than that, the best fourth weekend ever is Avatar at 50 million, and now Avatar: The Way of Water, followed very closely by Top Gun Maverick. So that's an indication, right, that this is going to have really good legs and continue to have really good legs. It just goes to show, once again, proving that Hollywood has been lying. The media has been lying and covering for them. If you put something out that people want to go to, they'll go to the theater. Stop blaming the pandemic. Stop blaming streaming and start taking ownership for all your failures. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.